our November live broadcast. Yes, it's the 1st of November here in Australia. Almost the end of another year. Goodness me. So over in the United States, it's still Halloween. So we don't celebrate Halloween an awful lot in Australia. It's gotten a lot more popular probably over the last maybe 20 years. Certainly when I was growing up as a kid in the 50s and 60s, I'd never heard of it. Even in the 70s,
Oh, not really at all, really.
not popular.
We heard of it in on TV shows and that,
Yeah.
but it was never practiced in Australia.
Well, I believe it's got Irish origins.
It's a pagan sort of ritual.
I didn't. Yeah, it's a bit of a history there, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, last year when I was in the States, I had the privilege of going to a genuine American Halloween party at my good friend Martin and Lorelei's home in San Diego, and there was about 20 odd people there. It was a lot of fun. We got to talk to different people, different walks of life.
Did you get scared?
Yeah, we had some scary stuff out in the backyard. These blow-up things running off a motor and a pump.
That sounds scary.
One of them died. It was fun. So Halloween is, an unknown quantity to us here. But the kids were out last night doing trick-or-treating and stuff like that.
But it's all over when the sun goes down.
I think when both my kids were born in the early 80s, and I think, by the early 90s, it was starting to become a bit popular. So, anyway, I know in America it's a big thing. And gee, last year when we were in San Diego, we went to a suburb there, and this guy does his house up. It was like a pirate ship. And they tell me he's got something to do with film production. It was just unbelievable. I mean, oh, wow.
They put a bit of effort into it, some of them.
Yeah, a lot of effort.
Good on them.
My friends were taking some photos and they're going to send me of what he did this year. Okay, who we got here? Fraspy, glad the Jungle Queen is in the back. You have one. Yeah, okay, well, I don't care if we don't see another Jungle Queen.
We're experts on these.
Gee, we've done a few of those over the last 12, 18 months.
Probably had about 6 in the last 2 years.
Yeah, Jungle Queen mainly, and then we had a princess about maybe 2 months ago. So,
sometimes we've got them both in at once, sometimes, haven't we?
We have had.
Yeah. So after this one, we'll be happy to start working on some wedge heads for a change.
Yeah, hello, here's our friend Patrick Rigg.
Hey, Pat.
Hello, Patrick. So, I guess celebrations are still underway in a lot of parts of America. Okay, well, last month, being October, there was the major pinball shows in the States. There was the White Rose Game Room show. There was Pinagogo, and, of course, Expo. And, of course, last weekend, I think a week after Expo had finished, I got Rob Burke emailing me, wanting to know, are we going back over? Do we want to do some live repairs, etc., etc.? So I told him, yeah, look, more than likely coming back over next year, as long as health and everything permits. And yeah, we'll probably run some live broadcasts, not broadcasts, live shows over there, repairs. We collaborated with Mark Gibson last year, 2024, and they were pretty good. We had people come up and, we just had a little sign up there. At 11 o'clock, we'll be doing a seminar on step units. At 1 o'clock, we'll be doing a seminar on score reels. At 3 o'clock, we'll be doing a seminar on relays. At 5 o'clock, we'll be doing a seminar on schematics. So that's how that worked, and it worked very well. I think I did the first one over there, and we had about 7 or 8 people turn up, which is about what we expected, and it was just the right amount of people to be comfortable to get around the desk we had set up. So that's all good. And we'll be going to the White Rose Game Room show, of course, and anywhere else we can get to. There's a few other places we've been invited to, which we're considering. It's a way off yet, but I'll be certainly making flight reservations in about March, I guess. Get cheaper flights that way and things like that. So last month, on the 17th of October, we launched our membership section on YouTube. We did a video on that last week explaining what is going to happen there. And we've already had a reasonably good response. So there are now 2 videos up on our channel that are for members only. So that's paid members. We'll be doing more. We'll be doing, when we get enough members, we'll be doing live videos for members only and talking about repairs and things like that and helping people.
Yeah.
So it should be a lot of fun. Just bear with us. Like I've said in our video through the week, this is all very new. I've been reading up notes and everything on it. There's a lot to learn. So hopefully we'll end up with a good membership and we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're hoping to get some giveaways going. Now, I've got some giveaways here, which I'm going to figure out how to give to you yet, but they'll be for our members. So there'll be goat shed keyrings. Not everyone will get one. There'll be contests and things like that. They were kindly made for us by Vintage Pinball Restorations using our logo. Little keyrings. Got the little hole in the top there, sir. And they're spanky. So we'll be doing things like that. At the moment, it's difficult to post things to the United States because of the restrictions and everything like that. But anyway, it happens. And speak about postage, just through the week I received, where is it? There it is. So on our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel, we've got a number of followers. I think we've got about 5,000 odd on Facebook. A guy from Canada, from Edmonton in Alberta, his name is Skinny J.
Yeah.
Sent us some gifts through the week, which we were grateful. He knows I like to collect number plates. I've got a lot of those hanging in my shed at home. And I got my first Canadian one, so I'll be hanging that up proudly. And he sent us a bit of swag from, they have a thing over there called Yag Pin. Now, I haven't looked that up yet, but we've sort of got there's a patch he sent us. Yag Pin, I'm sorry, not Yag Pin.
Put it on my bikie jacket.
Yeah, maybe we hold it up that way. Yag Pin. A lanyard from the show they had, and a couple of stickers along with that number plate. So that's really cool. There's the sticker there. We're going to stick one of those on the filing cabinet.
Yes, we will.
Over there behind. Matter of fact, there you go, Graham. You can probably do that now. So it's really heartwarming to receive gifts from people and thanking us for what we do. We received a couple of hats about 12 months ago when the, what was it? Give us one of those red hats.
There was one for the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, yeah. Just hang on a sec. He's got it there. Yeah, they are the Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't do so well this time, but a guy sent us one each of those. Now, they're not cheap, those hats to buy. They'd be genuine souvenirs from there. And to post them out, that's a mighty effort.
It's a good quality too. I
just can't remember that gentleman's name now, which is a shame. I've got it written somewhere. So, you know, that's great. We really, really appreciate that. Now, as usual, we've been busy. It just doesn't stop. Everyone can see the Jungle Queen I had behind me there.
And, well, that's nearly ready to test. We've just got to put the playfield in. Yeah,
well, actually, we're going to do a live fault on that shortly. we were testing it, and we found that the 100-point relay, which is the M for Mary relay, wasn't firing the score reel.
Yeah. So if you find that on your machine and it's a 2 or 4 player, make sure you check the other players as well. Because if it's only happening on the first player, well, you can narrow down where you got to start looking.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Wheels and stuff. Welcome. Whereabouts would you be from? And I'm sorry, Fraspy, you recently helped a friend with a Spirit of 76, a fun game. Had a classic fault with a sticky levers on the steppers, works fine now.
We're restoring a Pioneer.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a bit of a side project, but we're looking probably in the long term, probably 18 months might be done.
Oh, that's having a new cabinet made for it. Yeah. Yeah, so Pioneer, of course, is the 2-player of Spirit 76.
Which we see more of in Australia. We didn't see too many of the 4 players, the Spirit. But there is some out there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I thought it was a great game. Absolutely beautiful game when it was new. Gee, it looked pretty. Yeah.
You're from PA. Okay. Well, there you go. You may have heard me mention a minute ago I'll probably be at York White Rose Game Room Show next year. So we announce that well in advance. And if you go to that, you might come and say hi. We have been asked to go to Allentown, but it doesn't suit us because it's the spring show, isn't it? And it's earlier on. And if I remember rightly, Allentown is a little bit closer to Philadelphia. Is that right, people? Anyway, I haven't been there. Really like the York show. A lot of our good friends, a lot of our good friends that we've made friends with over the years on Facebook and met in person all go there, and we love it. That's Craig and I. But anyway, yeah, so getting back to what we're up to, after this Jungle Queen, we've got an abracadabra coming in. Then we've got to hit the deck. That'll be fun to work on. You live close to Allentown, hey? Okay. Do you go to York? We've got a flipper card. We're in the middle of stripping. That's going to have the whole playfield done. Then we've got another abra. So there's 2 abras. This is great. They're all wedge heads. A sky jump. Pioneer we're just talking about. Now we're into the new year. Well, probably even with a couple of those aforementioned ones. We've got an Atlantis coming in. Graham said he's seen this a long while ago and it's a beautiful playfield. We've got a hot shot, a guy from out in the Midwest of New South Wales, our state's got a hot shot he wants to send in. We've got a guy with a Gottlieb soccer. We did this up for him several years ago. He just wants a bit of a tune-up, rubbers and so on. We've got a solar ride. I think that's getting the full works, isn't it?
Solar ride, yes. The big treatment, yeah.
Right.
Full restoration. It's going to be a beautiful game.
And we've got, just yesterday, we added another one, which is a wildlife. We told that guy we won't be able to get to him till probably March
And he was
sometime.
happy about that.
Yeah, he just bought it. He got it at a good price. So.
Very good price. And personally, I think it's one of the better games from that era for a 2-player anyway. It was a great game.
Yeah. So I hope all you viewers out there you're enjoying your pinball machines. And is there anyone out there bought any new games lately? Just tell us in the comments what you bought.
Yeah. There's still any bargains out there.
Yeah. Well, it's quite funny, Graham. The viewers wouldn't know, but here on Facebook Marketplace, there's a guy trying to sell an old Chicago and a Spirit of 76.
Yes.
With a broken back glass, and he said, but you can glue it together. Anyway, a follower rang yesterday and asked about it, and I said, man, just forget about it. Just keep away from it. It needs cabinet work. It really needs a whole cabinet.
It's basically a parts machine that you could restore if you had the funds and the time.
Yeah, that's right. Honestly, I mean, here in Australia, you guys in the States know that we pay a lot more for games than you do. And, just your average 4-player game is around $3,000 where,
It might need to be working.
Yeah. And then if they've got to bring it to us, we've got to put our time into it. So it can be quite expensive to do. And
So you got to take that into account when you actually buy a machine. I
yeah,
don't think you're getting a bargain because it's cheap, but you got to think of the money you got to put into it to get it working.
yeah. Okay. So a week and a half ago, we put a video up on how the webbing gets done on a new cabinet. That video's had over 600 hits, which is a reasonable amount for that short space of time. And what we're going to do, we mentioned a moment ago, we've got a pro football to do. Hopefully, if the weather's fine this coming week, that belongs to our apprentice Kyle. But
And he's never painted a cabinet before.
he's not painted the cabinet, so he'll be coming around to learn.
So I'm going to show him the basics.
Yeah.
With a Jeff Miller stencil.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, he'll learn. We've got to get him to come to work, though, Graham. That seems to be a problem.
I think he's got girlfriends everywhere. I mean, that's what
Girlfriends? Oh, my God.
Yeah, it could be girlfriends.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be telling him.
It's all legal now. If it's a boyfriend, it's fine. You know?
It might be legal in Tasmania, but not on the mainland.
No, it's legal in Australia. People voted for it. Yes. Yeah, so sorry about that, people.
Big shout out to the Tassie boys.
Yeah. Frasby recently got a hold of a fast draw playfield in good condition, but need to go through everything. Oh, okay, then great. Yeah.
We just
got it for free. Hey, man, that's a great price.
We just finished a quick draw.
Yeah, Patrick just picked up a Chicago Coin High School pool. I don't know if it'll be fixing it.
One of my favourites. People hate it, but I love it.
Yeah, I only played it once at Pinball Hall of Fame. I had a couple of games and I couldn't get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game.
Yeah. If I come to Allentine, we'll meet. Yeah, I probably won't get to, man, because like I said, it's in the spring and we like to come over in the fall. It's just because of Expo, really, I suppose. We've got so many places to cover. I was just talking to somebody just yesterday. I can't remember who it was. And they asked what states in America I've been to. And when I rattled them all off, they said, wow, that's amazing. You know, they couldn't believe it. We get around, don't we, Spanky? Where is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, he's been up the early opener.
Ah, right. Yeah, Patrick says you can have it, Graham. Well, that'd be very nice. You greatly appreciate that, Patrick.
Okay, send it over, mate.
Yeah, you send it over at your expense.
We'll send you a carton of beer.
Yeah, we'll send you a carton of Yangling.
Or a goat.
Yeah, or a goat. Yeah. Oh, here you go. I'll tell you what. We'll send you one of those key rings.
That's a bargain.
Yeah. No, well, there you go. I mean, look, Chicago coin stuff. Some of the parts are hard to come by for those newer style score reels.
I think the reason I like them so much is that they were very. You didn't see them in your normal day life. I only saw them when I went to arcades in the holidays, and you see these different machines with different type score reels and different resettings, and you think, oh, that's something new. You don't see it. So I used to play them a lot, and I like that top 10. That was a great game. We had one of them here.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just feel different. But I know they are cheaply made and everything, but they got their good points.
Yeah, the check is in the mail, okay. Yeah. Oh, and wheels and stuff. Yeah, I see your little message. Thank you. I get it. Yeah, so I don't think we don't get a time to play our own pinball machines, do we?
No. But I've been playing the Klondike a bit.
Have you? Oh, well, that's good. I played my games the other day, but
it's just
I don't play them as often as I used to.
I've got to pick me times because where the Klondike is at the moment, it's pretty well right next to my neighbour's next lounge room. so I can't I can't play it at 10 o'clock at night, sort of thing. Although how much I'd like to.
Oh right, yeah. So what else have we got coming up? I think we got, we were talking in the video the other day about the members thing. What we'll be wanting members to do is tell us some of the things they want. But one thing we thought we would do, we would sort of go outside the goat shed and possibly go to other people's homes where we know we're welcome. and that's not many places.
No, might be very short video.
Very short video of their games rooms and things like that.
And we can interview them, and we can ask them how they got into pinball and whatever.
Yeah, we've thought about going and seeing a guy here locally whose family owned they were operators, and we had two major operators here in Newcastle. We had the big one that was known because they made 5 pinball machines, which is A. Hankin and Co. They still exist. And actually, there's a guy down in the ACT Canberra area, Steve Smith. He's involved with a documentary on those people, which is going to be shown on ABC TV here. ABC is the Australian Broadcasting Commission. They're our national broadcaster. So that'll be good. I'm not sure when that's coming out. But Hankins still exist, but they only make, to my knowledge, video jukeboxes and pool tables in pubs and clubs and God knows where.
Yeah.
And the other company that still exists, and they do similar things, is called Newcastle Amusements Distributing, or NAD for short. And a guy called Payton, I think his name's Michael Payton, his family have owned that for generations, you know. So we'll approach him and maybe do an interview with him about his
he's a nice bloke. He's been here.
History in pinballs and things like that. We actually repaired
was it a Mustang?
a Mustang, yeah, the two-player Bronco.
Yeah.
Two-player.
Which is very strange because
Yeah.
I used to play their machines when I was a kid. Now I'm fixing their machines.
Yeah. So we'll do stuff like that, maybe, and we might go up to some of our tourist sites and broadcast, or not video from there and post it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be for the members. We want to see what people want.
Yes.
Spanky is welcome. I don't know about you guys. Well, that's it. Yeah, that's it, Patrick. You don't want to meet us.
Hope you got a full fridge.
Yeah. If you have Spanky there. All right. Are you going to go and you start on that, and then we'll go around in a minute and have a look. If you could put the yellow thing on the side for me as well.
Yep.
So what we're going to do now, I'll just come back to you. What we're going to do is Graham's going to be repairing the M for Mary relay. That's the 100-point relay in that Gottlieb game, Jungle Queen. And we actually started it up yesterday, and we had scores on all 4 reels, and it resets. Now, you can notice that the playfield's not in it. I think you can see that from there. So you can actually start those games without the playfield in it, and you can see if you've got a problem. And that's great because it's not in the road, you can get into it easy, obviously, and you can score from the relays in the back. We just advance the player unit manually, player 1, and we go through each relay. You've seen us do that in the videos. 10 points carry over to 100, 100 points carry over to 1,000, 1,000 points carry over to 10,000. And of course, that's got an over the top. That's got the 100,000. Oh, yeah, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. The 100,000 light up here. Yeah, when you get to 100,000. This particular game, the guy has had it a long, long time. It just was playing up a bit. Well, the coin unit just wasn't working, so I doubt he could play multiple player game on it. The bonus unit, didn't that give me a lot of trouble. It was pretty badly worn in all sorts of different parts. It's one of those ones, where was it? We've illustrated this before. Don't think this is it. But it's one of those ones where that pivot point here, this one, so that rivet wears and you get side slop. This one hasn't got it. I just see if I can find the one. Don't know what I did with it. Is it over here? Oh, this might be it. Just a minute. Yeah, here it is. This isn't super bad, but it gave trouble. So let's show you. See that up and down movement? And sideways movement. Now what that does is that when the pawl here is at rest, it's got to sit in the escapement wheel tooth. And of course that's called your zero stop position. You're getting variations because that's moving up and down. You couldn't get, you can sort of see that now. It's moving about, I reckon, 1 millimetre, which is too much. And it's because it's nothing to do with this pawl. It's to do with this pin. They wear. Now, I've mentioned this before. I've had a chat with Steve Young from Pinball Resource. And I believe he's going to get those made. And he actually had what I sent him one over to show him. And he said he was aware of it, and I don't think he'd ever looked into it. Anyway, I sent him a whole one of those arms over. And we showed him how the pin was worn. We actually drilled it out, and you could see the wear in the pin. So, in other words, the pawl here, obviously the pin's a bit softer than the pawl, the pin on the inside, and you know they wear out, and particularly they're not. I always put a drop of oil on those. That's a foregone conclusion. Because just down there like that, look there. But of course, that's the bonus stepper, and they're working pretty hard. But the upside of it is, I believe those pins are going to become available. Now we've probably got, I can think of 4 of these we've got, and if we had those pins, we can repair them. And he actually repaired the one for me that I sent over, and he sent it back. How cool is that? But I've misplaced it at the moment. I don't know where the hell it is. But anyway, it just had a new pin put in it, and that fixed it. There was nothing wrong with the hole where the pin goes through. So, you know, you get, because that was worn, it gave me grief. The zero stop position was out on that step unit, and I had to adjust it. And I had to sort of finally adjust it too, which you normally don't have to do, because sometimes I was getting a little rub in the tooth. I'm a bit fastidious. I like it to drop in cleanly into the tooth. Sometimes it would land and it would get a bit of a just slightly bind on the tooth going in. That's the escapement wheel tooth. But anyway, I overcame that by adjusting it. And the other thing was the big white bearing, you know, where the escapement wheel goes through. There was a lot of up and down slop in that. It was badly worn. Anyway, it's all good now. So that's the main thing. So that's why we say step units are really, really important. And most of our pinball machines are 50-year-old. So I think Jungle Queen's only about 48-year-old, 49-year-old maybe, not sure. What year was it, Graham?
77, 76, something like that.
It's after 76. It's a big door game.
Yeah, 76.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, you might as well say that the majority of pennies are 50-year-old. So, and they haven't had a lot of love in a lot of cases, only when collectors get hold of them. Now, this hobby is not a cheap hobby, and it's not a hobby where you can do a lot in a small room. You've got to have like a large room if you want to have multiple pinball machines. Many people start off with just one game and they become addicted. They buy another one and another one and another one. And that's a bit like our apprentice Kyle. He started off, I think, with just, he had some solid state game, which I can't remember. And he had a pro football he got off a friend's father or something like that. He brought that around to us and he was interested in learning a bit about it. We said, we'll show you. And now that guy's probably got about 10 machines. He just bought, only last week, a Jack's Open. So, and that Jack's Open for any local viewers is going to get done up and sold. So if anyone's interested in a Jack's Open, the Goat Shed will have one, because we've all gone thirds in that, I think, haven't we?
Yeah, it's going to. The playfield looks pretty good actually, so it should be a nice machine.
Right.
I'm not sure where we're doing the cabinet yet, but probably.
Ah, right. Yeah. So there you go, Patrick. You've got 8 machines now, see? Yeah. Well, I've only got 9, and that's all I can fit in my shed. And that was with great effort. We had to go around and rearrange my shed last year to get my Magic City in. But yeah, so it's a hobby where you need room and you need to be, be prepared to spend a bit of money on bits and pieces. Now, thankfully, we have businesses such as the Pinball Resource, who I endorse greatly. Now, say, they don't take credit card and this, that, and the other thing. And Steve sometimes yells at them. Well, the only reason he does that is because people don't have the part number that they need to have, which is pretty easy to obtain. And no, they don't take credit cards, and no, they don't have every item on their website. They've got all the main stuff. I've been to the Pinball Resource personally 3 times now, and any people out there who are really serious into pinball, it would blow you away if you went in there and saw what he's got. It's just unbelievable. And yes, he certainly does know his stuff, Patrick. He's been doing this a long, long time. Now, without guys like Steve and paying the licence fees he's got to pay to Gottlieb LLC, we'd all be in a lot of trouble. So just things like that pivot pin on that step unit, that's going to be fabulous. Oh, what do you got there?
Oh, I found it down the road.
Oh, God, here we go. Any dog lovers out there? That's Abby. Yeah, she is. So that dog doesn't belong to the Goat Shed. It belongs to Graham's brother, Rodney. Couldn't think of his name then. But anyway, Rodney's away. He's into slot cars, and so Graham's got the dog for the weekend.
He's a very happy dog now.
That's a Pomeranian dog. Not really a. Graham used to have a dog when I first met him 11 years ago, Max, and Max was a
man's dog.
Well, he was a man's dog, but what was he? What breed?
Oh, he was a foxy cross of everything.
Cross, right?
Yeah, he was very upset.
Yeah.
I think his mum used to get around.
Oh, okay. Right.
And then now Max is buried up the backyard and seems to be happy where he is.
He is. And once again, I mentioned earlier on, thanks to everyone who's joined our membership program so far. Hopefully that'll grow a little bit more all the time. Yeah, Heinz 57 varieties, yeah. Yeah, I get it.
That's about right.
Here you go, girl. Yeah, now she's crawling all over me.
Yeah.
She's never been so happy.
We want a dog that's going to take someone's leg off if they try to pinch a pinball machine.
Yeah. German Shepherd, maybe.
Yeah.
Or Staffy.
Yeah.
So where are you up to with that, Graham?
It's finished.
It's finished? Did you start it up or?
No. I'm pretty confident. You want me to start it up?
We'll start her up. Yeah, hang on. We'll go and do it. Hang on. We've got a question here from Patrick. Do you guys often see flippers breaking where they're pressed onto the shaft? Yeah. I've had a few.
It's not common, but yeah, you do see it.
We tend to change flipper bats, particularly on Gottlieb.
Probably see more Williams.
God, I've got dog hair all over me. Yeah, Williams, but look, yeah. What are they Gottlieb or Williams?
Both.
Oh, here, Gottlieb. Look, we just got a whole pile of flipper bats in the other day, the 3-inch ones.
Well, see, we've got a bag of Bally's, but we don't use them because we don't get that
Bally. We don't see a lot of Bally's, but yeah, we tend to change those bats. They crack and they get filthy dirty.
We've got a bag of little ones too.
Yeah. I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. the parts are readily available, but for us to buy parts from the United States, the shipping costs a fortune.
We've got to buy a heap in one go.
Yeah, so we try and buy, $600 or $700 worth of parts in one go. Now, if that's US dollars, of $600 US, you might as well say that's close enough to $840, $850 Aussie dollars, and then the shipping cost us about $140. That's another reason why, like, we only try and order 3 times a year. So we just got our last order for this year in the other day, and we get a third party involved in bringing in flipper kits and pop bumper kits for us. Do I know the part number? Hang on. Where do I get those? I haven't been able to find the bats without the shaft. Oh. Pinball Resource, Patrick. PBR. That's your go-to place. Now, hang on. Fraspy wants to know, do you know the part number of the 2 screws that hold the piece of metal above the coin door, which holds the coin chute? Labels.
Oh, no, those long ones. Yeah, I know what you mean. Is that for the ones from the big door? Not the big door. The
we're gonna. Yeah. What machine are we talking about, Fraspy? What game? Bear in mind, you've got big door up 76 onwards, small door below 76. So the first game with the big door was we just said it a minute ago.
Pioneer. Spirit.
Pioneer. Well, Pioneer came out before Spirit, didn't it? So Pioneer was your first one with your big,
same as that,
big door like this one. And are you talking about?
So that one's only got 2 little screws on the side. Were the ones before that had the longer screws?
Those 2.
Yeah.
So are you talking about those screws there, man?
Or the long ones for the other
ones? Or the long ones. You have to let us know.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to show you a parts manual. And anyone into pinball, you really, really, really have to buy one of those. D. Gottlieb & Co. 1978 parts catalogue. That covers everything from 78, in other words, the end of the electromechanical era, below. On Skyjump, Skyjump's a
small door.
Small door.
So it'd be the longer ones.
The longer screws. On the front door parts. Oh, look at that. I opened it up to the right page. Oh, my God. Front door. So you're talking about that front door, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's got it above it.
All right. Now, I can't really see at a glance. I'll get Graham to have a quick look while I'll keep talking. If there are any parts that you want and you can't identify, and you're in America, ring Pinball Resource. Ring them up. You'll either get a guy called Lou. Lou's the guy that answers all your emails, or you might get Steve. If you're good enough at explaining what you want, they'll be able to help you. Now, the Pinball Resource, their phone number is 845-473-7114. 845-473-7114. By the look of it, it's a bit fuzzy. A bit hard to read. I'll hold it up there for you. Everyone want to see that?
Don't see them like they show a lot of screws.
It doesn't look like they got the number for those screws there. Now they're all like, a lot of the screws are like, the nuts are 632.
Well, there's no nuts on these ones.
No, 832.
They're just long screws.
Yeah, they're just long screws. If you went to your hardware shop, you'd Ace Hardware or...
I'd just take the plate in with you.
Yeah, Home Depot and just show them what you want.
And you want something probably at least 2.5 inches long, I'd say.
Look, anyone that lives in the Rockford, Illinois area, and I mean, I know that's remote and random, but if you do visit, or in surrounding areas, you can visit Nicholson's Hardware. I mean, man, that guy's got. Every time I've got a good friend, Bob Milsner in Rockford, I go and stay at his place. Him and his wife Shannon, their daughter Fiona, and I always say, take me to Nicholson's Hardware, and I go in and I think he's Ron Nicholson's the guy, really friendly guy, a family hardware store. It's been there for years. And of course, everyone knows, or most people know, Australia has been metric for early 70s. We used to be imperial. But I go over there and I just say, I want a box of 632 nuts. I want this, I want that. I have a bit of a shopping list. Roll pins that go in flipper linkages. They're 1/8 roll pins, 1/8 by 1/2 inch. I just get a pile of them, a shit ton of parts, and bring them back. It's great. So you guys, you got all the resources over there, where it's harder and harder for us to buy that stuff here in Australia.
We can't just go down the hardware shop.
Even E-clips, they're hard to buy for the because they're all like metric.
Yeah,
so yeah.
The ones we got are very close, but they're a bit loose.
Yeah. So where are you up to? What's going on?
I'm done.
You're going home?
I'm going there.
Oh, you're home. You're going to the pub. Let's see what's going on here, right? Where are we? What do we want to do?
Well, we've got to turn it on.
I'll turn it on, okay. Might explode.
Probably. Right.
Oh, page 69, is it? Well, there you go. You got the book, have you? That's great. Let's have a look at page 69. Show everyone. Oh, dear. Page 69.
I think the plates there, but the screws are not. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I'm nearly there.
Yeah, the plates there, but the screws are not.
Yeah, there's no screws listed there, I don't think. Shoot. No, I can't see it, I'm sorry. But if you call Steve, he'll be able to help you. Or like I said, just take the thing down to your local hardware. Ace Hardware, are they all over America? I've been to a few of them. I'll tell you what I did buy on Amazon the other day, a pair of vamp pliers to get screws out. Does anyone use vamp pliers? Someone posted up in our group one day, and I'd never heard of these damn things. So I Googled them, and up they came. And anyway, I've just bought a set. I think they cost $66. They arrive next week on Wednesday, I think. So, yeah, we'll see how they go. Right, now let's see what Graham's doing here. And, well... What do we got?
Well, we're just going to go to reset.
Okay. Beautiful, it reset.
Set to 50.
I set 50, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Worry about it later.
Oh. Now what are you going to do now? We've got...
well, I've just got to test.
So is that M relay?
Well, that's 1,000. There's a 10. Yeah, it works now.
Okay. So what our problem was, people, Graham's depressing the M for Mary relay, and it wasn't firing the score reel. What we did, we pulled the whole relay apart, and because it gets a fair caning on this game, the M relay, doesn't it? 500 points here, 500 points there, and we serviced it. So this one had a bit of a ding. See the dings in that one there?
It was actually worse than that one.
No, this one's worse than that one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, we got the Dremel and flap. That's not the one out of it, and used a flapping wheel and cleaned that down. And then the comb was pretty dirty. So I put that in a bit of soapy warm water and cleaned that up. See, that one's pretty dirty. This one was worse, dirtier.
Well, you want nothing impeding the
yeah, because you don't want anything in in the ladders themselves.
We'll put a bit of stress on the...
Yeah. So that's all, and we put it all back together. And a switch, top of a switchblade broke off.
See, what was happening, the relay would function, right? And it'd work, but because none of the score reels were working...
It didn't fire the score reel.
No.
Yeah.
And as such, the relay would stay on.
Yeah, because the end of stroke switch couldn't operate to release the...
Had an open.
Yeah. So does everyone follow that? So in other words, we manually push in the relay, what Graham's going to go and do now, and you'll see the score reel move. Push it in. There it goes.
And we'll show you around here, Kim.
Yep.
What the problem was to start with. This switch here is a scoring switch, as you can see. So I'm just sorting that out.
Yeah, when you were shorting the switch out, it would work.
So what was happening, but when I pressed the relay in, it wouldn't work. And the pad here was pitted pretty bad, plus it had a lot of grime and crap on it.
Okay.
So we had to take the switch out because you couldn't get the Dremel in there real good. We took that switch out, the whole switch stack, cleaned it, put it back in, and plus while we're doing that, this switch stack here, this top lug broke off, so as you can see here. That's the one that come out of it. That's where it broke off right there.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what we did, instead of changing that blade, I just went to the parts department and got a whole new section. And just changed the whole section and just had to...
Jumped it?
No, didn't have the jump.
Oh, I just changed it?
I changed it, yeah. So them two switches there, I knew.
Ah.
That used to be there.
Right.
And so I've just changed the whole lot, because when you undo those screws, these come out in two sections. They sit pretty well break here.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I just changed the top switch, and instead of taking off the spaces and everything, like some people might have to, because they mightn't have a spare section like that.
Right.
But if you find a lot of Gottliebs, you can actually undo the switch stacks and a section will come out that you can use instead of taking all the fiddly bits with the...
Like in a block.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it saves all the hassle of bloody, taking these bloody Bakelite, because they can be an absolute... They're all right to get off, but to get back on can be sometimes be a pain.
Yeah.
So it's all good now.
So we discovered that M relay wasn't working on every player, and all we do is we manually operate the player unit to go from player 1, player 2, etc.
So if we pressed that and this is working all right in player 2 before we repaired it,
you'd know straight away
there's something in the player unit.
And remember,
or on that score reel.
Yeah, and remember, people, that in the player unit has all those switches in there, which we're looking at the back of now, and each player has a switch to control the scoring, 10 point, 100 point, 1,000 point, etc. Right. Okay, so that player unit was pretty grotty, and it's all working fine now. The replay unit's all been cleaned up, and here we have the here we have the motor board down here. So this is only a repair, so it doesn't get varnished, but that's all been cleaned up with kerosene. And then just down here in the corner we have the coin unit. It was not functioning real well. And over here we have the play fields. There it is there. And here was the bonus unit I mentioned.
It's been fully rebuilt.
Yeah, yeah.
New flipper kits.
Yeah, you can see the bearings in
both flippers.
2 flippers on this. These become expensive repairs.
Both drop target banks have been rebuilt.
Yep.
New bumper kits in each bumpers, and
AC pop bumper kits.
And they've been cleaned up. The trip bank's been refurbished, and of course we cleaned the plugs. You've got to clean the plugs.
Oh, well, I'm going home now. We've done all our work.
Playfield's done on the top side.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all done. Yeah.
New plastics, new flipper bats.
Yeah, we put a new set of plastics on this one because we had about 4 broken. So we said to the customer when he came round, look, we happen to have a plastic set in stock for this game. Do you want it? And we gave him a price. He said, yeah, sure. So that was good. We sold that.
Here's something, a bit of an anomaly with this machine. That you didn't know, Kim.
Yep.
This is the original plastics, right?
Yep.
They're up the top.
Yep.
These two are down the bottom near the flippers.
Yep.
Okay. Notice the difference? The reds are faded on these ones.
Oh, yeah,
So what's happened is this has been in the shop front and it's only getting the sun on the bottom of the playfield.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. What Graham's alluding to. See the reds here? They look good. But down the bottom of the playfield, that's supposed to be red, but it's
faded.
It's faded to buggery.
So in its lifetime, it's been in a shop or whatever, and it's only been getting sun on the bottom of the playfield.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's quite incredible. So on the new one, that's all nice and red. Oh, you're in Sweden where you use them. I see the problem. Well, you haven't got Ace hardware. Well, I know that's difficult, and perhaps if you were to send the Pinball resource an email, Blue will get that email and he will respond to you. Fraspy, okay? Don't be frightened to send them an email, and they'll be able to tell you. They may have them. Yes, Patrick, the flipper bats screw onto the shoes, mate.
From underneath.
Yeah. All of the Gottlieb ones do.
Some of the small ones didn't.
Yeah, the smaller ones in different games didn't. So you get ones with the smaller bats, the 1 inch bats.
Especially the flat tops always got the screws.
Flat tops have got the screws coming through the top, and they're the ones that the screws can break. So if you're going to get into them,
they snap at the base of the flipper.
They snap, yeah, because they rust in.
And pretty well, if you can't get them out there, you better chuck them. You can't.
Yeah, you got to buy a new shoe. I don't think they call them. We call them shoes that the flippers fit on. I think they use another name. But yeah, so Fraspy's got the same problem we have in Australia. They're all metric, of course, over in Europe.
Yeah.
And does make life a little bit difficult these days. Maybe in Sweden you have, like, we call them fasteners, Fastners. I'll spell that more slowly. Fasteners, Fastners. And there might be stores like that where they specialise in nuts and bolts and screws. Maybe. I don't know. So Sweden has some interest to me in respect of, I would like to have gone there when I was younger, but Fraspy, there's a place called Malmo in Sweden, and that's where they used to make facet typewriters, because I was in the typewriter game. And Addo X adding machines. Addo came from over in Sweden. They made some good quality stuff over there.
Yeah. They made ABBA.
Yes, ABBA, yeah. ABBA were given their big break here in Australia by Molly Meldrum, Graham, who used to host Countdown, a big pop
we know some
show.
Stories about Molly.
Oh dear, we won't go there.
Nah.
Just starting to rain now. I can hear it tinkling on the roof.
No, it might be painting today.
Speaking about typewriters, just digressing somewhat, a lot of people just know that I was in the typewriter game for many, many years.
Which does help when you're working on these.
So 45 years of my life was spent in the office and business machine industry till I retired in 2014, so that's 11 years ago. But yesterday on Facebook came up a photo of these tools, and a guy asked, are these, my granddad used to own Charters in Australia. Now, Charters used to import Remington typewriters into Australia. This is going back from right up until, I think, the late 1950s or early 60s, I can't recall. And, of course, what occurs is that this Charters family were well known throughout Australia, and this guy had his granddad's typewriter repairman's toolkit and parts for sale. And he wanted to know, were they typewriter repair tools? And I responded straight away. I said, I recognise most of those tools. They certainly are. And anyway, I ended up private messaging him, and he said, do you want to buy them? And I got my own tools, but I sort of thought about the significance and history of those tools.
Yeah.
So I bought them. And well, I've got to go to Sydney to pick them up, which is a 100-mile journey. So it takes us 2 hours to get there. But we'll make a bit of a day of it and go down and pick them up and
You might do something pinball on the way.
get these bits and pieces and that. And yeah, and I've been asked to run some basic typewriter repair courses, which I'm considering doing to make a little bit of extra money. Everything's getting expensive, We've been asked to go to a big pinball show in Adelaide next year. Let me just get that in. I know it doesn't interest any people in America, but that's it there. I don't think I can zoom in with this, but that sign there, it tells you that the Australian Pinball Expo, it's going to be run by the Australian Pinball Museum, who are based in Victoria, NIL. It's going to be Thursday the 2nd of July till Sunday the 5th of July. So Graham and I have been asked to speak over there as the Goat Shed. And we're certainly considering that, but it's going to cost us $2,000 each to go over there. It's out of our own pocket. And we can't expect the people to pay. It's their first go and blah, blah, blah. So, everything costs money, doesn't it? So that's what we're going to do. And that's why we ask you to consider giving us a super chat,
Yes.
which you can do for these.
And support our merch shop too.
Yeah, we've got our merchandise store. That's available now. If you become a member, that's supporting us as well.
Actually, I wore my Spanky shirt to the pub yesterday.
Oh,
All the
right.
girls started to come up to me.
You sure they were girls?
Linda was very jealous.
You sure they were girls? Absolutely. You weren't
I think one of them was.
you weren't in Thailand?
No. I think I'm more interested in the goat than me.
Yeah. Okay, Patrick, that's a good question that you ask. Patrick wants to know, I've always been curious where you and Graham learned to work on pinball machines. Since there wasn't the internet. I'm guessing books, magazines?
No, not really.
Okay, well, is Graham married?
Well,
Or happy?
yeah, I'm happy.
No, Graham's not married. Any
married.
eligible people out there? No. I'm going to get Graham to tell you how he learned. Okay, here you go.
Righto. So back in the day, I bought my first machine in 1985. The way it went about, I was looking for a pinball machine, and I was going through the classifieds, and I was looking pinball, and these are all $50, $100, $200 for something special. And then I seen bingo machines, and bingo machines, I used to like playing those things. And so it said, we're in Sydney, and they said they had an absolute warehouse chock-a-block full of them. So I said, right. So I went down there and I bought the bingo machine, the Key West from 1956. That was the first machine I ever bought. And I still, of course, I'm interested in pinballs as well. Like the guy had, probably would have been, like he had over 200 bingo machines on the floor, and he had about 10 in the showroom. And so he'd sit at the back room and have a quick look around. I was only a young bloke back then. I was only in my early 20s. And this guy was in his 60s. A very well-known operator in Sydney, George Packus. So if anyone recognises that name, he was a bingo operator back in the 50s, 60s and 70s in Sydney. And apparently there's a few stories getting around with him, but we won't mention them. And anyway, so any pinball machine that was there was $200, he said, working or not. And there was some classics out there. There was Central Park, a lot of wood rails, a few Dixieland. Anyways, but I had my heart content on getting a bingo machine, so I bought my Key West, $400, pretty cheap. And when I was leaving, I said to this guy, George, is there any schematics with it? And he said, oh, Graham, you're the first person ever asked me for a schematic. So he said, righto. And then when I was leaving, he said, I hope you make a lot of money out of it, because he didn't realise I was going to put it in my lounge room. I wasn't going to put it on site. And so anyway, of course I knew no one how to fix anything, bingo, pinball, poker machine, whatever. And I just had to learn on my own. So I just had the bingo book there, the first thing I had, one of the extra ball wasn't paying at all, so I had to study that. I seen anything associated with extra ball that was in the book, I tracked it all down, and I learnt myself how to adjust switches and just through logic. Now you look at something, oh, that's not right, that shouldn't be open, it is open. And so I would fix that, it would work, it'd work a little bit better, so I'd keep going, it'd work a bit better, and then eventually I'd fix the problem. And from there, the bigger problems started looking easier. So I tackled the bigger problems, and by tackling the bigger problems, started stripping down steppers and things to learn how they worked, and I got a few wrecks and I learned how they worked by stripping down, and just had to pick it up. But the thing is, you cannot say I'm going to do this, just to make money or whatever. You got to do it for the passion of it. You got to want to learn to fix it. You can't just say I'm going to go out and do a job and make some money and fix this guy's machine. You got to actually enjoy doing it, or you'll never learn. And I think that's the main thing. You got to have your heart in it and just persevere. Like, you got no idea how many bad things that we used to do back in the day. Like back in the 80s, I would do some stupid things, and even nowadays I see this machine come here. I last worked on that Jungle Queen probably 15, 20 years ago, and it come in now, and I've seen some of the little bit of roughy jobs I've done back in the day. But you got to remember, back then I didn't have any parts, and I was only on my own, and just had to do the best I could to get the machines working. And so I was lucky. I got into it at a time you could buy machines for $50. If it didn't have potential, you would reckon for parts, and as you reckon, you would find how things work and just learn through that. And so I think the best advice we can give is just to persevere at it and just look up as much as you can, and just keep at it. And if you get stuck, don't let it bother you too much. Just try something else. So things that we used to do back in the day when I was working, if you're doing a job and it's just too much for you, do the easy jobs first. So instead of stripping down that stepper, think, oh, first I'll start adjusting some switches and might just do the playful cleanup and some light globes and whatever. And while you're doing that, you might be thinking, oh, I haven't checked that yet. And so you'll get there, or you can just go inside and have a cup of coffee and just think about it. But don't let it bother you too much. Don't think, oh, this is beyond me, and just sell the machine, because you will regret it. Just keep at it, and you'll get there, basically. So what was your story, how you got into it, Kim, and how you learned?
Well, I don't know if anyone wants to be bored with that, Graham, but I suppose the situation with me was, excuse me, I've already mentioned the industry I worked in, and I was at the pub one night, and a guy said to me, I've just bought a pinball machine. Oh yeah, so what? And hey Greybeard, how you doing? He said, it's broken. Can you fix it? I said, hell no. I said, I only know how to play them. Anyway, he told me what it was, and it was a Gottlieb Surfer. And I vaguely remembered the machine. And I said, oh, look, I can't help you, man. I just only know how to play them. I've never seen inside one. Anyway, time went on. About a month later, he came back and said, look, I really, really, really want you to come and have a look at this machine if you would. He said, I can't find anyone to fix it. Anyway, I thought, oh, okay, now this guy's a little bit technological, not savvy. I done a bit of Googling and searching, and I couldn't find anyone exactly to fix it. So I said, all right, look, I'll come and have a look. Anyway, I did have a look at it, and I found a relay out of its cone. Now, clearly he'd done it himself, fiddling around, and that happened to be the infamous AX relay. I figured that I saw how the relay clipped out, and I could get it in my hand, so I was able to manually hold the comb down and push the switch in that came out. I was then smart enough to have a look and pray that all the switches looked like they were touching, and we put it in and away it went. There you go. But it had another problem, which was to do with resetting the score reels. One of the score reels wasn't resetting all the time. And he said, I know how to fix that. A fellow showed me that once. And he went round the back and he manually clicked the score reel to 0, and away it went. And with 5 or 6 games we played in it. He said, "Oh, it does it every so often. I'm not worried about that." He said, "But it does need a bit of a tune-up. I'd really like to get it tuned up." I said, "Well, hang on a sec, righto." And as it had happened, this was about 2012. He'd just been to the Pin Fest, our local Pin Fest up here, that inaugural one. And in the research I done, I found they sent me to a place called Pizza and Pinball, which doesn't exist anymore, but it was sort of where the Newcastle Pinball Association was sort of born, kind of. Well, it was, really.
Yes, we had our meetings there.
Anyway, they told me to ask for this guy over there, and I went and said, "Listen, man, I need this electromechanical." "Oh, just over there, there's a business card. Here's one here somewhere." And just get it.
Yep, it's one of my old ones.
"Ring this bloke." They gave me that card. "Oh, okay. He does them. He's the only one." "Righto, no worries." So I rang, or they said, "If you come to Pinfest, he'll be there." This was getting close. This is 2014 now. Anyway, yeah, so I met Graham at Pinfest. The other guy, Colin, organised to get his machine fixed, which was Surfer. He brought it round. This Collins game had this part missing off it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it, Graham had one. It wasn't the right one, but he painted it and shoved it on for him. Colin thought that was bloody fantastic. Anyhow, I went to this Pinfest and played a few of the old games, and it brought back a lot of memories. And I contacted Graham later when Colin had his machine fixed, and I said, "Look, I'm going to buy a pinball machine." I said, "But I tell you what," I said, I reckon I'd be able to fix a fair bit of it myself. I wouldn't mind learning." Anyway, no one really ever asked Graham that before. And he said, "Oh, all right, okay, now, no worries." Anyway, I bought what did I buy? A Bally 4 million BC. That's what I bought. And it worked okay. There was a couple of little problems with it, and he fixed them up for me. And a bastard charged me. Yeah, charged me.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
But not your price.
anyhow, then I got a magnetron, and sort of I was going to retire in September 2014. So I said, "Look, when I retire, I wouldn't mind coming around and looking over your shoulder and show me a bit." And, yeah, annoying me. He had a full head of hair when I met him.
Yeah.
So that's how I got started. And then, you know, I was going to the beach a lot, and he didn't have a lot of work on, and because he'd sort of lost a bit of interest at that point. And then, you know, he one day called me up and said, "Listen, I've got to go out to this guy's house. You want to come out and have a look? And I'm going to fix his machine. I've been doing his machines for years." So I went out to this guy's house, and we had a look at the machine, and yeah, that's how it all started for me. And here we are now, 11 years later. We're busier than ever. I rattled off all the machines we've got to do now, and it's November.
And that doesn't include our machines.
No, and there's 11 of them. When we came back to the work on the 6th of January this year, we had 11 machines to do, which quickly escalated to 18. So we really haven't gotten ahead. So we're just constantly busy doing electromechanicals. I had a guy contact me the other day. Someone gave him my number, and he wanted what did I tell you? It was a hot race, hot tip.
No, it was a hot shot, wasn't it?
No, that electronic game.
Oh, hot tip.
Yeah, a hot tip, which is a Williams solid state
which
one.
they did make in EM2.
Yeah, but it was a solid state one. Couldn't fix that.
Which we're not going to touch.
Yeah, so I think we've had about 3 inquiries this week.
But the good thing is that we know a bloke who does fix them. So
yeah,
but when he gets EM jobs, he sends them to us too.
Yeah.
So it works out good.
Yeah. So I mean, work just comes out of nowhere. You just don't know where to expect your next one. But like I said earlier on, it's going to be so refreshing to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wedge heads to fix.
Yeah.
So Patrick, you work for like AMF or somebody like that, repairing the pins and machines down the back of the bowling alleys, eh?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. How similar are typewriters to it? Well, typewriters had an escapement in them. That's the thing that steps the carriage from right to left. and step units are an escapement. And that's why they call that big wheel an escapement wheel. Gottlieb don't call that an escapement wheel, but Williams do, but that's its true terminology. So a lot of parts in a Gottlieb game are the same type of thing as a typewriter. Now in typewriters there was a lot of things called a detent, that's D-E-T-E-N-T. And a detent is a spring-loaded lock. And here's this thing that goes, we had this out a minute ago, here's this thing here that goes on the, you often see that this arm here I'm talking about, that one. Ball count unit, because when the pull gets home, that lock falls in front of it. Get my hand out the road. Yeah, it's a bit hard to illustrate, isn't it? This falls in front of the pull. When the pull makes its first step, that latches to let the pull go forward. That's a detent. A detent's a spring-loaded lock. That's its definition. So yeah, there's some similarities. Typewriters didn't have relays in them. We had some machines. We worked on photocopiers. So when I started in 1970, you know, photocopiers were like 3M had a machine which you used two different types of positive and negative paper, and they produced a brownish copy. And they were a little flat machine. They were very popular. And then the wet photocopiers came out. Wet photocopiers like Nashua. And I only recently learnt that Nashua is a place in, where is it? Massachusetts, I think it is. And Nashua 220s and 230s came out, and they were electrostatic. And of course xerography was invented by Rank Xerox, or Xerox Corporation, and you had that, and that still exists today, where, you know, a drum is charged positively and negatively, transfers the images through high voltage wires called corona wires and things like that. So there are a lot of similarities, but I'd never had to read schematics. I've had to try and learn to read schematics over the years. And we just did that video for our members on schematics just Thursday. So that's up. But you've got to be a member to see that, people.
It's a good video too, that one.
Yeah. So that's sort of how you learn. And I've worked on cash registers, accounting machines. I mean, you name it, in business equipment. I've fixed a lot of different equipment. It's made by man, it can be fixed by man, but there's some complexities in a lot of machines. And as Graham said earlier, we're not geniuses. There's no college you can go to learn to fix pinball machines, right? Everybody pretty much is self-taught. Now, we've still got alive guys like John Osborne, who, you know, John's a little bit older than me. He just had a birthday last month. Well, October, it's still last month over in America, but, you know, I mean, some of the stuff I've learnt off him about, not only about Gottlieb and different machines that he was involved in designing and different parts of the circuits and things like that, is invaluable. That guy, Greg, I can never say his name, he worked for Bally, Kimmich, or... Kimmich, or... I don't know, I can't pronounce his name. It's a funny name. It probably easy for him to pronounce. But I think he designed machine. What was that last Bally electromechanic quarterback or?
Quarterback.
Yeah, I think he designed them.
That's a nice gun, though.
Anyway, apparently he goes to Expo, and I looked out for him last year, but I couldn't find him. I don't even know if he was there.
I think he's avoiding you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You know, he's still alive. Yeah, obviously. But a lot of the other guys have gone. Wayne Nyans is dead. Norm Clark has gone. I think Eddie Krinsky's no longer with us either. And the guy that designed Atlantis, he just died last year. I forget his name again. He worked for Gottlieb. He only designed a few machines. So, you know, we're in a hobby where the origins of it and the history of it have to be written and preserved. And this is why we try and keep the electromechanical games running as long as we can. Because we won't be here forever. We're all getting older. You know, YouTube tells us that the average age of our viewers that watch our videos the most are between 54 years old and 65-year-old. And that's our biggest percentage of viewers. And then the rest are 65 and above. Anyone below 54-year-old, it's a smaller minority because, you know, can be an expensive hobby. And generally older people have got a bit more money because they might be retired and all that sort of thing. Not like us poor old pinball mechanics. No, sir. We can't even afford a beer.
No. We've got to drink water.
Yeah. Oh, you watched that video 3 times, Patrick. Good on you. Recently picked up 2 books that Graham contributed to. I look forward to reading them.
Oh, if I see you, I'll sign them for you.
Yeah, sign them for you, yeah. You want to carry on in the hobby? Yeah, that's great. Look, we need people. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. I spoke in Chicago about this last year. We have to get younger people into it. I mentioned we've got our apprentice Kyle, but he's in his mid-50s. Graham said he really would have preferred a younger boy.
Younger girl.
Oh, yeah. That sounds bad.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
That's right. Happy and gay?
Happy and gay? Well, that's what gay means, happy, doesn't it?
Some are gay.
Oh, some are happy.
Some are just happy.
I'm confused.
Anyway.
Okay. So, yeah, you have to keep kicking along. Yeah, 54 is not too bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 72 now. So, I'm getting on.
54 looks pretty good.
Yeah. But pinball keeps us young, isn't that right, Graham?
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, viewers, we've rattled on for a long time now.
We've got to work.
We've got to get back to work and do something.
It's nearly morning tea.
You grew up with pinball, man? Yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah. I think a lot of us in our 60s did.
Oh.
The halcyon days of pinball were certainly the 60s for me anyway.
Oh,
and the
I lived and breathed pinball back in the day.
And the 50s.
That's all I done, played pinball.
Yeah, we played a lot of pinball.
That's why I can pretty well tell any pinball just like cabinet art nowadays.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it, aren't you? Show you a picture. What's that? Oh, it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, look, thanks so much for joining us. And anyone that hasn't already signed up, please consider signing up for a membership. It will be worth your while.
Yep. And visit our merch shop.
Yep. See you later, man. Wheels and stuff. Bye now. Yeah, visit our merchandise store where the link is in the group, Facebook group.
We've got more products coming up soon.
Yeah, for the merchandise, yep. We have. Anyway, thanks again.
Yep.
We'll see you next time. Bye for now.